Well, I think it's possible to have a no-strings relationship, but it's probably going to be a short one. It'd be my guess. That's just nothing to do with the movie. That is kind of a human response. It's been my experience, and I've been married for a long time, is that with time comes complexity, comes problems, and the simplicity of no strings soon starts to dissolve. And that's part of the fun of this movie as well. Well, first with Liz Merriweather's language, she has this remarkably sort of off-centered way that she creates characters and the way that they speak. She has a wonderful ear for detail of the kind of contemporary sort of romantic condition. And it's like she's made a study of it and has really has a kind of unique sense of it. It's what got me first, and then I think conceptually, I think this is an idea whose time has come, and it's different than it was 25 years ago when we looked at a movie like When Harry Met Sally, and where the big question is, can a man and a woman actually be friends? And I think the big question today is, can a man and a woman actually, just have sex without kind of the complexity of love and romance sort of making things impossible. A man and a woman, played by Ashton and Natalie, know each other since camp. Good friends, meet each other at school and later on in life, and finally run into each other when they're both working in Los Angeles and start to have a sexual relationship. And she, for her own reasons, wants it to be a strictly sexual relationship. He thinks, wow, this is the greatest thing that could happen to a man. First of all, they're both really wonderful actors who are each of them are doing things that are a little different than they've been known to do in the past. Certainly we've known Natalie Portman as sort of one of the great actresses of her generation. And she's always brings her extraordinary intelligence, her beauty, and just her pure acting chops to everything that she does. But we've not known her as somebody who's been particularly funny or even where we get inside sort of her human side in a very easy, accessible way. And I think one of the great shifts here is just how damn funny she is and how accessible she appears to be in the role of Emma in No Strings Attached. Ashton Kutcher, on the other hand, is someone who is known as kind of a broad comedian. His background is Punk'd and the 70s show and Dude, Where's My Car? And he's played these sort of very boyish, very kind of over-the-top, large-scale comedic roles. And here he is playing someone very smart, very subtle. There's truly dramatic parts to it. But he's probably funnier in this movie than he's ever been, I think. And he too shows the kind of delicacy of his sort of acting abilities in a way that I don't think anyone has seen him do and are really going to get their socks knocked off by it. Well, that the chemistry was great is what I liked. I think, you never know what the chemistry is going to be like between people. They could be two very fine actors. They may be very attractive in their own rights. And then you put them together and you go, I don't really believe this is true, or this is not going to happen. And you're guessing. A director is guessing, we're all hoping. And sometimes you don't know until you actually see it on film. But I remember meeting them in my office for the first time just to talk about all of us working together. And they started talking to each other, and for 10 minutes I didn't say anything. I just sat back and watched, and I said, boy, am I lucky, thank God. You could see it right away. We had a press conference today where a lot of people saw them live together for the first time, and there's just this lovely energy, and you can't explain it. It's not about attractiveness, it's about an electricity that happens. Well, it's keeping it consistent, keeping it honest. We all want to make things as funny as possible and do whatever is necessary to get things funny. But it's important in a movie like this never to be taken out of a film by with a cheap laugh or something that hurts its credibility. I think you know, it wasn't really hard in the end because I had a great cast, I had a great script, and I had sort of very clear point of view of where this had to be. I think audiences should expect a really good time. This is the quintessential date movie. You laugh a lot, it's sexy, you have fun. There's provocative questions that the film asks that are really appropriate to, you know, a man and a woman being in a situation, you know, going out together and then talking about it. I think it's a movie that people will talk about a lot.